Hi, my name's Kalei Worsham, and today we're going to be talking about our app called Refill You. So, for our problem, TUFS students buy bottled water because it's quick and convenient. However, this generates plastic waste that affects the environment. So, some of our main issues include single-use bottles. Even if recycled, single-use bottles require energy to produce, transport, and process. And our hidden impact, one plastic bottle equals about 82.8 grams of carbon dioxide emissions. Behavior gap. Some students want to be eco-friendly, but often forget their bottles or feel no direct benefit for reusing them. So students want to help the planet, but there's no benefit or reward in doing so.
Yeah, so a little bit about our app overview. It's designed to reduce single-use plastic water bottles. This will also be showing a reward system that people can showcase when you download the app. It'll be at different water stations. There'll be QR codes to join up, as well as for the game systems. There'll be leaderboards, challenges, social features where you can communicate with your friends, join different group chats, join your schools, view rankings, stuff like that, as well as we're just trying to build a safe, fun, natural habitat to help you guys like sustainability and help keep our planets healthy. And then a little bit about our community. It's a can be campus wide and inter-campus wide. So we'll have two different leaderboards, one inside the campus and one against all the other campuses, showing different rankings with each school and the competition between schools. Each friend group can allow to add friends, compare your progress, compete with the different friend groups. And then we're also going to have a thing called bottle battles. It's kind of like fantasy football, where you can go head to head with your friends to see who earns the most points that week. And as well as there will be semester long leagues to get different rankings and different prizes, as well as the point reward system will have different placements, offering small weekly rewards, or the majority rewards will happen at the end of the semester.
So let's dive a bit more into what these points actually do. So this is kind of our reward system to incentivize people. So after a certain amount of points are received by the team, then you are eligible to redeem your points. So these rewards are going to include school merchandise, meal plan money, event discounts, and class enrollment priority. These were some that we put on the survey to see what people are really looking for and what they kind of want to see out of these points. So basically, what's going to incentivize people the most to be involved with this app. And then our hypothesis question as well is which features of the Refill You app most influence tough students' intention to adopt and regularly use the app?
So the three things that we found that were the most important were rewards effect, ease of use effect, and sustainability effect. So people are going to be more incentivized to participate if they know what the rewards are. Also, we found it was pretty important that people it needs to be easy to use and quick. And a way we thought of doing that was having QR codes on water stations. And then also people would be more inclined to partake if they know that what they're doing will actually have an impact on the environment. And then so this is an example of some survey outcomes. So we sent out a survey, asked some questions, and this is some of the data that we were able to see. We were able to see what people preferred, what things they want, and what is more important in their rankings on like a reward system.
Yeah, so looking at the descriptive statistics, the question that kind of represented our control variable is would you be more inclined to download the app if there was a ranking aspect against your peers? And we found that the mean statistic for this is around 2.05 on a scale of 1 to 4, with a skewness of 0.496. So that means that people in general were kind of on like the middle to lower end of if they would use this ranking. And then looking at our ANOVA table, we could see that the regression sum of the squares is 14.319 and the residual is 55.2 967, which means that the predictors explain a noticeable portion of the variability in the likeliness of using the app. And the degrees of freedom shows that we have the three predictors, which are our questions right here. Um, the first question that we asked that was a pretty significant identifier was how important is the app? Uh, is it that the app is fast and easy to use? And we saw that 81% of students said that it was extremely important, um, and only one student said that it was not important at all. For the QR codes, we found that 69% said yes, 23.8% said sometimes, and 7.1% said no. And for the reward base, we found that 76% of people said that it would make a difference, 14.3 said no, and 9.5 said sometimes. And then we could see the bar charts right here for both of these all these questions. As you can see, overwhelmingly, the students are leaning towards yes for all of these questions rather than no in terms of importance of the uh, identifier.
So moving on to what this SPSS data really means, based on the coefficient table, we can see that only one predictor really significantly influenced the likelihood of people using the app. And we also found that the QR code instant reward feature was a really strong predictor with a P value of 0.007. And students who support QR code point earning were much more likely to use the app. So that was a big takeaway for us. The peer ranking feature and the fast and easy to use feature, both of those did significantly predict the app usage with the p-values being 0.311 and 0.678 respectively. And the main takeaway from this table was that instant rewards matter much more than different app features like usability and peer competition. And then based on our model summary, we can see that, the predictors collectively have a really strong relationship with their outcome being an R level of 0.712. And the model explains that 50.7% of the variation in the dependent variable um, is R squared 0.507. And after we adjust for the sample size, we can see that the model still explains 36.9% of the variance with an adjusted R square of 0.369. And our interpretation from this is that the regression model has moderate to strong predictive power, and it indicates that predictors meaningfully explain students' likelihood of using our app. So our final findings for this is that we really need a bigger sample size. While we did have a large survey with about 40 to 50 responses, that's just not enough people to really have a concrete, example of what we need. And we need more moderators to help us control the skewness because, there is a lot of skewness in our data. And thank you guys so much for listening. And yes.